Mujer Magnética presents the super content. What kind of woman are you? Did you know there's a difference between who you think you are, how others see you, and who you really are? What is the difference between these three questions? The first situation, which is who you think you are, is usually that ideal you have about yourself, right? The things you tend to highlight about your behavior, your abilities, about what you like to do and want and believe is important to others or to the world. So you end up emphasizing that as if it were the greatest thing in the world. So that's where the second situation comes in, which is how others see you. And the most interesting thing about this question of how others see you is that there are two specific perspectives. There are those people who naturally have a more envious view of you, who will want to focus on your problems, your shortcomings, your weaknesses, your so-called flaws, and will want to make fun of those things. Remember that envy is not wanting to be what the other person is, but wanting to destroy that person. Now, a second perspective from others, right, in terms of how people see you, is from those who see something good in you, who want the best for you. So they will notice your positive traits, your abilities, your beauty. So notice that the first point, who you think you are, has to do with the way, right, the filter through which you see yourself. And usually, right, there is a positive and a negative filter. The negative filter is the one focused on low self-esteem, so the person sees themselves poorly, sees themselves as ugly, as lacking qualities, and thinks everyone else is better. And then there's the positive filter, which is what? The person sees themselves in light of an ideal. Look, this is important to me, and this is just how I am, and whoever wants to be with me has to accept that. The second filter is how others see you. So there's the issue of envy, people who want to bring you down and people who wish you well or see opportunities in you, even for development, whether in a professional work environment or someone, a guy who's interested in you and sees an opportunity to be with you and highlights your qualities. And finally, there's the situation of who you really are. In other words, the reality that presents itself. It's a principle we need to use, which is neutrality. That is, who am I really, right? How do I truly react to the world, Is what I expect from myself really what I show to the world? I often wonder if what I believe is good for my future aligns with the actions I take to achieve that future, to reach that future. So yes, there is the ideal, there is what people see and expect from you, and there is a reality which is what you actually present. So these distortions or perceptual filters can in fact affect you either positively or negatively. The big issue is being prepared and recognizing that the perspectives, both your own, right, your own perspective, which is paired, influenced by a filter, as well as other people's perspectives, usually don't truly show who you are. Instead, the reality that is presented is who you are. And the cool thing about reality is that it's the only place where you can operate. It's the only place where you can truly act and improve. So once you are able to let go of these filters, both those of others and your own, and observe the reality that presents itself, it is at this point, in this reality, that you will begin to act in favor of the changes you want for your life. So, whether it's in a relationship, in a professional environment, in a social setting, or in your personal life, so it is in this environment of reality that you will operate to make the changes you want for your life. People tend to act much more based on their fantasies, beliefs, and thoughts than on the reality that presents itself. And the only situation that is prosperous, that is suitable to be used for change, is reality itself. So, who exactly do you think you are? How do others see you? And who are you really? Finally, stay and learn to look at who you really are. That is, how you act in the world, because this is the place, the only place where you can truly operate to change your reality. And if you found these tips interesting and want to apply many others like this in your life right now, click the button below or ask for the link via direct message. Certainly, by learning much more about these valuable teachings that Vanessa de Oliveira shares with you through her courses, you will eventually become a truly powerful and confident woman. So, click the button below or ask for the link via direct message.